and welcome to Bad Bat Hikes. Today is day 37, I believe, and I am at Nature's Inn cabin and hostel. You can hear the river behind me. So I'm taking a very unexpected and unplanned zero. It is cold today and windy, and it was raining earlier. So essentially I was supposed to stay at the shelter like 2.5 miles back. Fresh Ground was at the next gap, and I was like, oh my god, I have to get to Fresh Ground. So I got to Fresh Ground and he took us here. And then the guy I'm hiking with, Easy, was like, let's zero tomorrow. And I was like, okay, because that'll allow my other friends, Blackbeard and Serendipity, to catch up with us because they're a day behind us now. So this is going to be a very quick video. I'll do a quick tour. So this is the main kind of like communal area, which is heated with a wood fireplace, which is great when you're right next to it, but the rest of the building is really cold. So I've been hanging out in our cabin editing. And then this is the bathhouse, and then these are the little cabins. The actual hostel is up there, but it's not open yet. I didn't really understand. Like, I'm very glad to have stayed in a cabin last night. That was really nice. But like, so the bathrooms are like not connected to this. So in the middle of the night when it's downpouring rain, it's just like being at a shelter. You have to walk in the elements to get to the bathroom, which is not ideal. And also, if you are a fellow vlogger of the trail, internet is a big thumbs down. The only place you can get internet is the hostel building, which isn't open. So sitting out on the porch just trying to call my husband because I have no signal down here is not so fun when it's freezing cold. So not the most ideal place to take a zero. I mean, it's nice to be in a heated building, but wouldn't be my first choice for a zero place because we're in the middle of nowhere. Shuttles are $50 to get to town, and the resupply options are minimal at best. Like, you can get 2 days worth of food to get you to Irwin, but not the best food options, and it's really expensive. So glad to be warm, glad to have met Fresh Ground. Would not recommend zeroing here, especially if you need the internet on a 0 day, because I'm not going to be able to upload anything, which is fine. That's why I have a buffer. But if I'm going to take a 0 day, I kind of need the internet to upload and do YouTube things. So like I said, wasn't planned, but here we are. So I'm still planning on zeroing at Uncle Johnny's hostel, just so I can upload, which makes no sense because that's like 2 days worth of walking, but it's just gonna have to be okay. All right. One other thing I wanted to talk about today is kind of like the competition culture that I'm experiencing that I was not expecting. Like, I know I started like really early. I started the very beginning of February, and it's now March. I don't have my watch on. March 12th, I think. It's a Sunday. But the sheer amount of people passing me and people trying to go quickly and people asking what day you started and kind of going like, oh, when I say February 4th, which is the day I started, I'm like, oh, when did you start? And they're like, oh, February 20th. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I just wasn't expecting it to be such a race. I feel like everyone's racing, and that's not what I'm out here for. But that seems to be what everybody around me is doing. I know I started early, and that's when a lot of the people who are like, go, tend to start. But I just wish I could get around a buddy that would walk slow with me and not be in such a rush. I feel like everybody's rushing, but it's been said before, and I will say it again right now, the last one to Katahdin wins. So I'm trying not to let it affect me too much, but it's hard when everyone around you is go, and doing 20s every day, and just, it's a lot. it's a lot. And I'm also sad because 2 of the guys I'm hiking around are getting off trail. So Canvas is already off trail, and now the guy I stopped here with is getting off trail. Easy's getting off trail too. So now I'm kind of back to square one. So they're both going home, and I don't know if they're going to be back, but I'm going to miss them a lot. But it's just kind of, it's either race, or people are getting off, and I'm just kind of in a weird headspace today. So I'm going to buddy back up with Serendipity and Blackbeard and be kind of the third wheel in their little squad. But I don't know. I'm only 300 miles in. I've got a long ways to go, so I just want to have a hiking buddy that's going to kind of go the same pace as me and be able to like hang out with each other during the day, that kind of thing. But that's where we're at. So zeroing at a place with no internet and very expensive food, and probably not going to shuttle just because it's so pricey, and I'm going to be in Irwin in 2 days anyways. But a good day to edit and a good day to catch up on some sleep. So that is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go back inside my tiny cabin. I will show you what the cabin looks like. So you've got a little porch, and they're all passcode locked, so you don't have to worry about people coming in at night. And so this is what you get for $75 a night, and you don't even have a bathroom. But so it's just a room with one singular plug. One of the plug outlets you have to use for the heater, so only one person can charge stuff at a time. So that's kind of a bummer. So you've got a single up top, so that's me, and a double on the bottom. So that's where Easy is before he goes home. I'm gonna miss him very much, him and Canvas both. But weird headspace kind of a day. So hopefully back on trail tomorrow, and I can get my head screwed on right and get back in the game. Get back in the game, because I want this to be a fun, enjoyable trip, not a competition, not a race. So if you want to follow along on my AT journey, make sure to subscribe. I also have an Instagram account, but for now, happy trails.